So, and it cannot be one section. There are multiple sections having different earning slabs. So keeping in mind, as all of us, we've been seeing the innovation and the building of technology has been happening in many other sectors. Probably in the property tech, there was a need to emphasize more and more because property was leading to more establishment, accommodating, absorption of all business and facilitation and enablement mainly happens through the real estate sector. So whatever progress we have seen so far in Bangalore also, it is also because of the immense contribution of the property industry. If not for the real estate industry, we couldn't have seen so many special economic zones or the software parks been built, which has really led to the real good growth. Once you establish, you ensure you get the right clients. So you are having a, one side you are constructing the proper, developing a property, and at the same time you are ensuring you will get the right kind of clients towards Bangalore and Karnataka. That has also been an immense contribution from the real estate industry. What all of you have contributed is really appreciable. So probably in this direction, all of us need to align, as all of you have been aligning with the right kind of direction to address how it can be made sustainable, and the kind of challenges what has been faced by the real estate industry is very well known. So all of us need to come together. Working in silos will not help us. Even the biggest player, even the biggest, the best, topmost player, if he's not able to innovate, reinvent himself, he cannot sustain. The new player can come and disrupt, and the new person can come up immediately, easily. If you don't recognize the changes, you will be lost in the game. So probably in this direction, many of the big companies were able to sustain because by accepting the new startups and the new way of doing things and the new solution and the new innovation, by accepting them, the big players have sustained. Otherwise, the big players would have been nowhere. So we need to enable, facilitate, help each other in this direction. The Brigade, in particularly in the property tech, by establishing an incubator as well as an accelerator, has done good for itself and more so for the entire industry. It has shown the way how we need to work, how we need to take forward, because each and every project, you can't work out new solutions. It is not, it cannot become progressive. Probably in this direction, facilitating the new talent, the startup, the innovators to come and accelerate in a big way to address whatever challenges being faced by the property industry or the real estate industry is really appreciable, and we wholeheartedly congratulate on behalf of the people of India, Karnataka, Bengaluru, and as well as my department and ministry and government. I congratulate Brigade for taking such a good leadership in this direction. So let us continue in this journey, and we are also working backward, forward, laterally, vertically, all the direction. Whatever can be done, probably all possible opportunities. We are not letting go any single opportunity. Even when it comes to the learning system, we have completely reformed. Transformation has been happening. We are collaborating with all possible players. Come participate, give your ideas, thoughts, whatever might be your input, you are most welcome. You're most welcome to redesign the framework, curriculum, governance, leadership, personality, the way we do things, complete revamping. We are not working in changes very fast, much more faster than the industry. We are trying to catch up because the industry is led by institution, but here the industry has been leading all the time because of the institution have not grown properly. So in all different developed countries, it is the institution which is leading. But here it is other way around. So we need to collaborate. Don't stay away from institution. Please look up to the institution because that is the future. That is what can create you more talents and as well as expansion of the economy. If you want to really expand the economy, or just cater to few people, or you want to cater to a large number, that's very important. Probably for that to happen, all of you know very well, the 21st century is nothing but the knowledge-based economy. Unless we don't emphasize more and more on a quality learning, quantity doesn't help us in any way. Since we are competing with the entire world, the best practices should be our way of life, our commitment, pursuit of excellence is something which we need to breathe, eat, and live with it. So there's no other way. That should be our culture. That is the way we need to think as a whole, as in a society, not just few people. As a society, all of us need to work in this direction to ensure a very inclusive, equitable society. And many of you have been participating. Even now, we do have a lot of challenges which we need to overcome, come out in a much more bigger way, articulate, communicate, express. Stops you. It is not owned by, it is a democratic country, democratic system. We need to participate, we need to involve, we need to transform. The way some of the cities we have been building, it is retrograde, it is not progressive. It is not progressive, it is not promising. We need to completely revamp, come out with new solution, a futuristic, where it should be inclusive, affordable city. It should not be a high cost cities. We need to ensure, because the large section of people are unaffordable people. It is not like other countries, if there's a equity in the salaries, it is not there. Very meagerly paid salary, very low paid salaries, where they can't have even a living. It's very difficult to have a living in a city, not even hand to mouth. So that is the kind of challenges we have been facing. If you want the city to sustain, the city to grow, otherwise post-COVID, for bigger cities to sustain, it's a real big challenge. Post-COVID, it is changing. Completely it is changing from physical world to virtual world. Complete transformation, transition has been happening. So definitely there is a challenge. Now more and more physical property, people looking up to physical property itself will become a questionable aspect. The smaller places, the villages, the towns, they'll start growing, because they can do things from anywhere. All possible services can be provided from anywhere. So there's a big disruption been happening for bigger cities also to sustain. It is not so easy unless without a good practices, enabling, living, and ensuring that all of them can be productive and affordable. So probably we need to work inwards, outwards, in multiple direction. Multiple issues are there. This is a very interesting area, very challenging area. For any of the verticals to sustain, the real estate industry, the city building is very important. That is what can lead us to ensure all concern, from climatic change to net zero emission to sustainability, utilities, economy, social life, political, any aspect. For that to sustain, we need to work. Since we are given an opportunity, just don't think limitedly. Think end to end, as a responsible citizen of this country. Not just don't think as only as a businessman. Only just as an entrepreneur will not help us. Whenever whichever work we take up, it should be end to end. Developed by the Brigade group is really appreciable, and the India music experience being built in the social sector, in the cultural sector is really impressive. And we recognize Jaishankar ji, when we recognized and conferred him with honorary doctorate from the Bangalore City University, we voluntarily invited him, recognized his services, and felicitated with him honorary doctorate. See, we need to recognize, appreciate, see wherever good work is done, more than we politically, even though we would have occupied bigger positions, we will go unnoticed, unrecognized. But whatever good work done by anybody will be always recognized. Only money doesn't help us. After one stage, money doesn't matter. Money, it's all numbers. We know how to make, how to take out, how you can change. If you got the will to make money, you can make any kind of money. It's only numbers what you target. So more than that, how we can build, how we can contribute, how responsibly we can live is very important. We wholeheartedly welcome, enable, facilitate. Probably, so far my department, always we've been working very closely with all the innovators, tech industry, in all segments. It is our duty to facilitate and enable. We have done our best, and probably this year, 25th year of the Bengaluru Tech Summit was one of the best event so far seen in the entire Asian continent. Probably that is the kind of show was organized with the support of the industry. It will go on. It will grow much more bigger way. What has been established now, it will take off. So now we have become the number one in the country, 24th in the entire world. Probably in the next 25 years, I can assure you, guarantee you, I can come and meet you after even 25 years, we'll be the number one in the world. I can guarantee you, we'll be the number one. Because seeing the strength of Bengaluru, the kind of strength what we have, the talent what we have in all verticals, not in one vertical. You name the verticals. In all verticals, the talent have converged from across the country, from across the world. Bengaluru is Bharat. The real Bharat, if you want to see, it is Bengaluru. We respect diverse culture and cosmopolitan. All possible cultures, they've been living peacefully and progressively.